Hello guys, Zennosh here and welcome to Slime Isekai Memories, and today I'm here to present you guys with a tier list of battle characters in this game as that of October 30, 2021. I have based this tier list on the performance of characters on various contents out there based on their skill sets and stats as well. That said, first of all, I would love to give a very big shout out and thanks to this amazing guy known as Meow #8796 from the Discord channel who actually came up with this amazing database which I'm going to be using in this video in order to define the characters and why I'm going to be placing them into their particular tier. Alright, so that's it. Let's get this started. The first one on the list is going to be Treyni, budding of Deep Green. I will be placing this character in S tier right off the bat because she is the best healer in the game out there. Heals all allies HP by whopping 25%, and no any other characters can actually do this. So this actually makes her a really amazing character, and she can pretty much fit in any team combinations out there. Very universal and versatile character, and she can also deal some really good damage to a single target, making her a really good unit that you would want to bring into a boss battle. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Rimuru Tempest, Harmonizer of monsters and humans. He is a 5-star grade, and well, he can actually deal some really good AoE damage. He is really known for this particular battle skill number 1. Decreases a single target's secret skill gaze by 5%. It is very unique to him, and he is the only character that has this type of skill set right over here that is going to allow you to postpone the secret skill, or let's say the ultimate skill of your opponent by one turn or even 2 turns. That can be a really great help in the boss battles whenever the opponent is gonna charge his secret skill to you guys, and that can actually cause some catastrophic damage, right? So in order to avoid that one, this guy is actually gonna be a very essential character that you would want to use in your team. And the next battle skill actually allows him to heal all allies by 15%. That is really good. Very good healer out here. Increases Soul of Divine Protection damage until the end of the battle by 5% as well. So very technical unit and a very universal unit as well. And I will be placing him in the A tier right over here. Alright. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Shizue, Conqueror of Flames. A very staple DPS unit that belongs to Fire Element, who can pretty much pair up with the Ifrit protection character. Deals really good damage to a single target, so a very stable DPS unit for the Fire Element team. Changes Soul of Divine Protection ×2 into Soul of Secrets. Any kind of soul manipulator out there are very essential in this game, because with that soul manipulation you can actually set up a really good soul combo attack on the opponents to deal really good bonus damage to opponents out there, like up to 200% bonus damage to enemies, right? And that is gonna be so good indeed out there. So yeah, that is it, guys. Increases all Soul of Secrets gazes increased by 5% as well. And Soul of Secret Gaze actually is going to allow you to use your secret skill as soon as possible, which is even better because you will be able to deal some really crazy damage with your secret skill, right? And she can even increase her own critical rate by 15%, allowing her to deal even more damage to the enemies. So a really great character indeed that you would want to use in the Fire Element team combination. I will be placing her in the A tier right over here. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Rimuru Tempest, Chancellor of Tempest. He's of Space Element, and he really pairs up very nice with the protection character known as Charybdis. Alright, so that said, he can deal really good AoE damage, very good for killing off the mobs right off the bat, and he's really known for boosting the attack of all the allies in the team by whopping 35%. Which is really insane, which is definitely going to allow your entire team to deal some crazy damage to your enemies. Just time it right. The only problem with this skill is that it's very costly. It will cost you about 65 skill points. The next skill is going to be this Magic Sense level 1, which is going to allow you to increase all allies defense by 20% for freaking 2 turns, which is going to improve the durability of your entire team. Like, you can use this skill right before the opponent is actually going to spam that ultimate skill on you guys, so that you can can have a lot more sustenance. So this guy is a really amazing character that is really recommended for beginners to reroll for. Yes, that's how amazing this guy really is, and definitely the main protagonist of this Slime Isekai Memories as well. So definitely guys, this guy will be going to the S tier. Alright, now that's it. Now let's move on into the next character in the list, and that's gonna be Shuna, Holy Princess, yet another 5-star character. She can deal really good damage to a single target. Definitely a good character that you would want to bring into the boss battles, right? And she can also manipulate the souls. Soul of Secrets ×2 into Soul of Divine Protection, so that you can use your protection skill pretty soon in the battle. Increases all Soul of Divine Protection gauges increased by 5%. Alright, and she can increase her own crit rate by 10% as well. So she can actually do some pretty solid damage output as well at the same time. So there we go guys. Shuna, Holy Princess. I will be definitely placing her in the A tier thanks to her soul manipulation technique. The next on the list is gonna be Souei, Spy in Shadows. This guy is yet another 5-star character that can deal some really good damage to a single target unit. 450% damage. That is really good indeed. Looking into his battle skill number 1, he can actually improve your entire team sustenance thanks to his defense boost to all the allies by 20%, which is really good. Increases Soul of Divine Protection damage until the end of battle by 5% for even more damage output against the enemies, right? So really good stuff guys. And he can even change the Soul of Secrets ×2 into the Soul of Skills. That is a really good soul or manipulation out there that is going to allow you to set up a really good powerful damage combo against the enemies. So definitely I will be placing this Souei, Spy in Shadows, in A tier. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Beretta, Arc Golem, yet another 5-star character, and she's of Dark Element, and she is a very staple DPS unit for a Dark Element team combination. Deals a really good damage to a single target, so definitely very amazing unit that you would want to bring in the boss battles. Changes Soul of Divine Protection ×2 into the Soul of Secrets, and secret skill is definitely one of the coolest skill out there, allowing you guys to deal a lot more damage to enemies out there, like this thing right over here, 450% damage to a single target, right? So really good stuff right over here. And she also can increase all Soul of Secrets gauges, increased by 5%. Alright, so that said, she can also increase all allies guard penetration by 40% for even more damage output. Increases all allies pierce rate by 10%. So definitely she is out here for really crazy damage output. So really amazing character that you would definitely want to have in your team, especially when you have a Dark Element protection character. So I will be placing Beretta, Arc Golem in the A tier right over here. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Ranga, Tempest Star Wolf. Okay, another 5-star character that can actually deal AoE damage to all the enemies out there, and he can actually change the Soul of Secrets ×2 into the Soul of Skills. Alright, so you will be able to use a lot of skills moves in the battle thanks to the Ranga in your team. Increases all Soul of Skill gauges increased by 5%. Increases all allies pierce rate by 10%. Increases all allies guard penetration by 30%. Pretty much nearly like Beretta out there, right? So that's it. Definitely I will be placing this cute little boy right over here in the A tier. Alright, now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Shion, still Annihilator. Alright, she is yet another 5-star character and belongs to the Dark Element, and she can totally pair up with the Beretta to deal some really good damage output to the enemies. Well, this character right over here is going to focus on dealing all the damage to all the enemies out there. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So you can increase all allies pierce rate by 80%. Oh my god, we are looking for really good damage output right over here. Increases all allies pierce power by 20%, and increases all allies poison evasion rate by 90%. But that's all there is to it. Okay, so yeah, that said, I will be placing Shion, still Annihilator, right over here into the B tier, because I think she's a little bit of lesser damage dealer compared to Beretta over here. Okay, but definitely Shion is gonna be a little bit better when it comes to dealing with the mobs out there. Okay, definitely for the story content. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Hakurou, Instructor of Flashing Sword. Alright, let's look into this guy right over here, who is another 5-star character and of Wind Element, and this guy is definitely going to be a really great character that you would want to use together with the Veldora Tempest. Look at his skill number 1 right over here, guys. It says decreases all targets defense by 25% for 1 turn, which is one of the best defense reducer out there in the game right now. And together with this skill, he can even increase all allies critical rate by 30% for 1 turn. You are looking for a really powerful damage output like setup right over here, man. This is really good. I mean, like, if you have a lot of skill points out there, then, well, guess what, guys, you can actually set up this skill right away just before striking your enemies with your powerful soul skill combo attack, and this is definitely going to give you guys a burst of damage output. Alright, that said, he is meant to deal with the boss units thanks to his single target nuke right over here, so definitely this guy is a very amazing unit, guys. Alright, and thanks to his second active skill, he can actually decrease his a single target counter attack by 30%. That said, this guy is a very amazing character which I will be definitely placing in the S tier. Alright, very amazing character. Such an amazing wow package in his battle skill number 1. So yeah, right away. Next unit in the list is gonna be Milim Nava, one of the oldest demon lords. This character right over here is out there to provide a lot of support to the team out there. Okay, so look at it. She is gonna be really good at dealing AoE damage to the enemies. And she can change the Soul of Secrets ×2 into the Soul of Divine Protection. Increases all Soul of Divine Protection gaze increased by 5%. So you will be able to use the protection skill pretty fast. And next is going to be her battle skill number 2. Increases all allies defense by 20%, but only for 1 turn. Anyways, that said, as a really good soul manipulator, I will be placing her in the A tier. Yeah, there we go. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Benimaru, Samurai, General of Hellfire. Yet another 5-star unit, and that belongs to the fire element, and that means you can pretty much combine him, or let's say use him in pair with Ifrit out there in order to deal a lot of fire elemental damage to your enemies. Okay, and he can deal some really good damage to all the targets. Very good AoE damage right over there. He increases on attack by 25% for 1 turn, increases Soul of Secret damage by 10% as well, which is really good. Okay, boom, there we go. So if he can actually keep on using his Soul, like Secret skill right away, then he's definitely going to be a really amazing unit, isn't it? And that's what he is actually going to specialize on thanks to his talent right over here, which is actually gonna allow him to increase his own secret skill gaze by up to 18%, which is really good, meaning like you will be able to spam the secret skill of Benimaru right over here pretty frequently, and that makes him pretty flashy. Okay, so that's it, a very great character that you would want to use in order to farm the story contents. Yeah, that is it, guys. And you can also decrease a single target's pierce power by 10%. Alright, so yeah, that's it, guys. A very great character that you would definitely want to use in the fire element team comps. Okay, so I will be placing him in the A tier. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now let's move on into the next unit, and that's gonna be Gazel Dwargo, King of an Armed Nation. This guy actually can hit like a truck. Yet another 5-star character, and he can actually deal really great damage to a single target right over here, 450% damage, and he's pretty much a little bit selfish, but hey, it's pretty justifiable. Look at it. Increases on attack by 20% for 1 turn. Increases on crit rate by 20% for 1 turn. Wow, that's an amazing DPS boost in just a battle skill number 1. Thanks to his battle skill number 2 right over here, he can actually even increase his own critical damage by 10% for 3 freaking turns. That is great, guys. And he can even increase his own defense by 20%. So his skill is out here pretty selfish, but hey, it actually makes him pretty much like a Rambo unit. Okay, and his talent is pretty fantastic as well, because it can actually provide a huge increase in protection gaze, and that is pretty, you know, like unique to him. All right, so that's it, guys. This guy is really awesome unit that you would want to spam against the boss unit. Gazel Dwargo, a very great unit that actually is a main staple unit or main damage dealer for the light team combinations. Alright, so that's it. Definitely I will be placing him in the S tier. I've actually heard the rumor that this Gazel Dwargo is actually gonna be a free-to-play character that you are actually gonna be getting for free later on in the content, which can be actually unlocked later on alright, as long as you keep on progressing through the content. That's what I've heard. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Milim Nava, Dragon Majin, one of the best rerollable character. Yes, you heard me right, 5-star character, and she is of wind element type, so definitely she actually can pair up very nicely with the Veldora Tempest, right? So yeah, there we go. She can deal some really good AoE damage. Alright, now that said, let's look into her battle skill number 1. Increases activating soul of combos damage by 60%, which is very unique to her. This actually makes her very crazy insane. So if she is actually going to deal some really good, like soul combo damage, it is actually going to be boosted by whopping 60%, which is freaking huge, okay? So try to time it and try to use it at a very nice setup, and you will be able to look forward for a very huge damage output against your enemies. And especially if you are really trying to burst out a damage on a boss unit, she can be a really great help as well. Increases on critical damage by 20% as well. Okay, that is great. Wow. Like 2 birds with 1 stone, and both of these birds are pretty delicious and juicy. Alright, second battle skill actually allows her to increase all allies guard penetration by 40%. So that actually allows her for even more damage output. Alright, yes, there we go, guys. And that said, I will be placing Milim Nava right away in the S tier, one of the best rerollable characters out there. Alright, now that said, let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Shuna, Pink Ogre of Heavenly Light. She is a 5-star grade, a wind element type, so definitely she can fit in right away very nicely in the team of Veldora Tempest together with the Milim Nava. Alright, so right away, guys, Shuna, Pink Ogre of Heavenly Light, which you are going to be getting in this game for free. Yes, she's being provided to all of us thanks to the pre-registration gift, right? And that said, she can actually deal some really good AoE damage. She can change the Soul of Divine Protection ×2 into Soul of Skills. Increases all Soul of Skill gauges, increases by 5%. So with her around, you are looking forward to use your skills pretty frequently, okay? Those normal skills, which will allow you to provide a lot of buffs or inflict a lot of debuffs on the enemies, or to heal your allies, and so much more. Anyways, that said, our battle skill number 2 is going to allow her to increase all allies defense by 20%, providing a lot more sustenance to your team. So that said, this free-to-play character is pretty awesome unit that you would definitely want to use in the battlefield, and definitely she goes in the A tier. Alright, now there we go, guys. Let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Treyni. Alright, Summer Breeze of Benevolence, and she's a 4-star character. All target damage, 260% damage out there. Alright, she can actually increase the defense of all the allies by 15%, increase the guard rate of all the allies by 10%, change the Soul of Skill ×1 into Soul of Divine Protection instead of 2. Now it's just 1, okay? Increase all Soul of Divine Protection gauge increased by 5%. So a little bit less effective as the Soul Orb Manipulator. So I will be placing Treyni in the B tier. Nonetheless, it's pretty useful, okay? So that's it. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Shion, Ardent Attendant. Okay, let's look into her. She can deal some really good damage to a single target unit, or let's say a very good unit that you would want to bring in the boss battles if you are using the wind element team combination, right? Together with the Milim Nava, the Majin, right? And let's look into it right over here. It says chance to poison a single target for 60 turns and decrease a single target's guard rate by 20%. Not much of really flashy skills out there. So Shion, Ardent Attendant, I will be placing her in C tier right away. Okay, not much of like really great to use out there in the battlefield. Next is gonna be Gabiru, a Waving Spear. Alright, this guy right over here is a 4-star grade hero unit, and looking into his skill right over here, all target water physical attack force 260%, really good AoE damage out there. It can increase all allies defense by 15%, increase all allies guard rate by 10%, and increase all allies critical resistance by 40%. Okay, so pretty much doable skills out here, and I will be placing this Gabiru Waving Spear in the C tier right over here. Not much of flash skills out there. Next is gonna be Shuna, Excellent Tailor. she is a 4-star character, space element. Looking into it, she is actually going to deal some really good damage to a single target, and she can actually change Soul of Secrets ×2 into the Soul of Divine Protection. Increases all Soul of Divine Protection gaze increased by 5%, which is really good for setting up really powerful soul combo attacks. Right? Recovers all allies from poison and increases on poison evasion rate by 5%, which can be really good for certain stages. Okay, so yeah, very amazing character for a 4-star unit. Shuna, excellent tailor. I will be placing her right away into the A tier. Okay, so now that's it. Let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Milim, Nava, Delighter in everyday life. She is a 4-star character. Deals really good damage to a single target. She is known for her utility supports. Look at this right over here. Changes Soul of Skills ×2 into Soul of Divine Protection. Increases all Soul of Divine Protection gaze increased by 5%. That can be a really great help in order to use your protection skill as soon as possible, and also to chain really good powerful combo attacks against the enemies out there. Decreases a single target's defense by 5%. That can be quite helpful out there in certain situations in order to set up a really good burst damage outfit. So definitely this girl is gonna go in 8 tier. All right, very good team, very good unit that you would want to use in the light team setup. Next is gonna be Gelmund, a secret operator. Okay, he's a 4-star character, dark element type. He can deal some really good damage to all the enemies out there in the battlefield. Decreases a single target's attack by 10%. Not one of the best out there. Can be good for the boss battles. Decreases a single target pierce power by 10%. Chance to poison a single target by 40%. Pretty much a meh character. Okay, you can pretty much use set him up in the C tier. All right. Next is gonna be Guild or King. Okay. This guy is pretty interesting for a 4-star character because he can actually increase all allies' defense by a whopping 25%. That can actually improve the overall sustenance and durability of your entire team by a massive amount for 1 turn. So definitely before the boss unit is actually going to use the special skill or the secret skill, you can use this skill out here to increase your survival chance, right? And he's a really good unit that you would want to use in the boss battle as well, thanks to his single target nuking potential. And he can also decrease a single target's counterattack rate by 25%. Pretty meh. Okay, so anyways, that's it. Guild, the Orc King, is gonna be a really good character that you can pretty much use and pretty much goes in the B tier. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Rimuru Tempest Reincarnated, a very free-to-play character. Yes, right off the bat, very early on in the game, you will be able to get this character right away, and you can pretty much get him to 5-star pretty much fast as well, thanks to a lot of awakening materials that you are going to be getting for him. Okay, and now let's see how good he really is. He actually deals AoE damage to all the enemies out there, and guess what, guys? He can increase his own attack by 15 turns, allowing him to deal even more damage to all the enemies out there with his secret skill. And thanks to his battle skill number 2, he can heal all allies' HP by 15%. So right off the bat, for a beginner, he is definitely going to be a very indispensable character. He is actually going to be a really great help to you guys. And he can pretty much pair up with the beginner Veldora, you know, like that 4-star Veldora right away as well. So this guy is really good stuff, okay? And use him right away and try to upgrade him as soon as possible because of the free materials that you are going to get in the game in order to awaken him to the further levels out there. So pretty much a very interesting character, and I will be placing Rimuru Tempest Reincarnated right over here into the B tier. Okay, look at that, B tier. All right, now let's move on into the next unit, and that's going to be Chloe Obert, a lovely innocence 4-star character, which is of light element. And looking into her skill right over here, she can deal some really good AoE damage, and she is known for her healing ability. Okay, and she can even recover all allies from stun and increases on stun evasion rate by 5% as well. So with this really good healing skill out here, with really good AoE damage out here as well, I will be placing her in the B tier because healings are pretty much quite a necessity in the game, and having any kind of healer unit to go by is gonna be a really great help. And she is of the light element, who is gonna be a very indispensable character that you would want to use in a light team combination. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Hobgoblin Ascendant. He's a 4-star character of wind element type. Okay, that said, looking into his skill, he can deal some really good single target nuking damage, very good for boss battles. Looking into his battle skill number 1, he's really good at soul manipulation, ×2 soul manipulation out here, which is really good. Increases all allies poison evasion rate by 90%. So with this, definitely Gopta, Hobgoblin Ascendant, is gonna be going in the A tier right off the bat, okay? That soul orb manipulation is just way too powerful in this game in order to chain up really good powerful combo attacks against your enemies. Next is gonna be Souei Blue Gale. He's a 4-star hero unit, and now let's look into his skill set right over here. It says he can actually deal some really good single target nuking damage. Alright, that's it. Looking into his battle skill number 1, increases all allies attack by 15%. That is pretty good in order to improve your overall damage output, and that's really awesome, isn't it? Right? That said, you can also recover all allies from poison. That can be really great help in certain stages out there, and increases on poison evasion rate by 5%. So this attack boost is really good, really good out there. And Souei Blue Gale, I will be placing him right away in the B tier. Or let's say I can actually even put him in the A tier. He's somewhere between the B and the A tier, because that 15% attack boost to all the allies is really good. Really good, guys. Really good. Offensive power boost, guys. So I will be placing him in A tier. Let it go with the A tier. Okay, so now that's it. Let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be our Shuna, Pink Ogre Princess. A 4-star character. All target fire magic attack for 260%. So a really good AoE damage right over here. A fire elemental unit who actually can pair up with the Ifrit, right? Increases all allies defense by 15%, guard rate by 10%. Okay. All allies pierce resistance by 40%. A very defensive unit that is going to be really boring unit. So I would say she can actually be placed in the C tier right over here. Alright, that's it. Now let's move on into the next unit, and that's going to be Hakurou White Slash. Okay, he's a 4-star character. Single target space physical attack for 435% damage. Really good single target nuker right over here. Changes Soul of Divine Protection ×2 into Soul of Skills. Okay, this is really good in the game, guys. Any kind of soul or manipulation is really awesome. And decreases a single target's guard power by 10%. Okay, that is pretty great. You can actually deal some really crazy damage to a single target. That's it. Hakurou White Slash, I will be placing him in the A tier thanks to his orb manipulation. Next is gonna be Kurobe Steel Heart of Force. He's a 4-star unit. Alright, now let's look into his secret skill. It says he can actually deal really good AoE damage. Okay. And he can change Soul of Secrets ×1. Okay, it's a lesser version of the soul manipulation. Nonetheless, it's pretty good. And increases all allies pierce resistance by 40%. And definitely this Kurobe guy is actually gonna go right away into the B tier. Okay, that's it. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Rimuru Tempest Swordsmanship Force. Okay, he's a 4-star grading, and looking into his secret skill, he can actually deal really good damage to a single target, 435% damage to a single target. That's really awesome. Increases all allies attack by 20%. Oh my god, for one turn. Okay, a lesser version of the space Rimuru Tempest, a 5-star grade. So really good character right over here, and I've already really mentioned like how amazing this particular skill is in order to amplify your overall team damage output against your enemies, and can be a really great help in order to set up a really good burst damage output against your enemy. And the battle skill number 2 decreases a single target's pierce resistance by 10 turns. So it's all about his first active skill that actually makes him so good. Anyways, Rimuru Tempest Swordsmanship Force, I will be placing him in A tier. No problem, okay? A really good character right over here. Now let's move on into the next character, and that's gonna be Benimaru. Valiant Kizine. He's a 4-star character. Deals AoE damage, alright, and increases on crit rate by 80%. Wow, that is good. So he definitely can actually have a really high chance of dealing critical damage to the enemies, and increases all allies critical resistance by 40%. Alright, that's all there is to it. Okay, Benimaru Valiant Kizine, I will be placing him in... It's somewhere between C and B tier, guys. C and B tier, C and B tier, C and B tier, C and B tier, okay. Our next unit is gonna be Ranga, Loyal Wolf. This guy is pretty cool, okay? He's a wind element type unit, and he is known for dealing a really good damage to a single target, so definitely a character that you would want to use in the boss battles. And he can even change the Soul of Secrets ×1 into the Soul of Divine Protection, so that you can use the protection skill pretty fast in the game. Alright, now that said, You can also increase all allies' critical rate by 15%, allowing you to have higher chance of landing critical damage on the enemies to deal even more damage to the enemies out there. Ranga, the Loyal Wolf, is definitely an amazing character that I would love to place in the A tier, thanks to his amazing 2 skill sets. Okay, so now that said, let's move on into the next unit, and that's going to be Yuyuki Kagurazaka. That's a pretty hard name. Alright, Grandmaster. He's a 4-star character, water element. He can deal some really great damage to a single target. Alright. He can actually change 2 soul. That is great, and that's going to be the soul of skill. So you will be able to use a lot of those normal skills out there, to buff your allies or debuff your enemies, or to heal your allies, and so much more. So really good stuff right over here. And decreases a single target's critical damage by 10%. Can be quite help if you are really facing against the opponent that is really good at dealing critical damage. Alright, so that said, this guy can actually be really easily placed into A tier right over here. Okay, there we go, guys. And now let's move on into the next character, and that's going to be Leopard Fang right over here. 4-star character, and deals really good damage to all the enemies out there in the battlefield, and he can also manipulate 2 souls out here, which is really good. Okay, it's really valuable out here. And next is going to be his battle skill number 2, decreases a single target's critical resistance by 15%. Okay, anyways, as a soul or manipulator, definitely I will be placing him in A tier, no problem. Next is going to be the Benimaru, next clan leader, a 4-star character. Alright, he can actually deal some really good damage to a single target, and increases on attack by 15%. Very selfish unit. Increases all allies' stun evasion rate by 90%. Okay, he's pretty much a very selfish unit, guys, looking right over here, and no ability to or manipulate the soul, so I would say he's gonna go into the C tier right away. Next unit in the list is gonna be Souei, instant spy, a dark element 4-star nat hero unit. That said, he can deal some really good damage to a single target. 2 times soul skill manipulation. I mean, like right over here, guys. That's really good, okay? In order to set up a really powerful combo attack against the enemies. Recovers all allies from poison, increases on poison evasion rate by 5%. Can be really great help in certain contents out there. Souei, instant spy, is definitely going to go in the A tier out here. Next is going to be Shion, purple smash. She is a 4-star character of the space element type. And well, guess what, guys? She can deal AoE damage right over here. Decrease all targets' defense by 25% for 2 freaking turns. This is crazy good. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay. Alright. I nearly didn't notice that one. This girl is really, really good. Okay. That is actually going to allow you to set up a really powerful attack against the enemies, okay? Meaning, like, if you are actually going to make your enemies real soft, you can actually really deal some heavy damage to them, right? So it's really good. Increases on guard penetration by 60%. Okay, so that's it. This girl out here is going to be a really good damage dealer. Shion, purple smash. Thanks to her skill alone, I will be placing her right away in the B tier. Can actually even go to A tier. Alright, let me know in the comment section below what you guys really want to do with her. She is somewhere between B and A tier. I will be placing her in the B tier for the meantime, alright? Anyways, now let's move on into the next unit, and that's going to be Rigurd, Hobgoblin Monarch. He's a 3-star character. Alright, I think that's the first ever 3-star character. Wind element type. Alright, deals great damage to a single target. Okay, and he can increase his own guard rate, on defense. Pretty much a bullshit unit. Increases all allies guard penetration by 40%. Alright, so far, Rigurd Hobgoblin Monarch right over here can be either in C tier or Thrash Filler. Filler, guys, let's take him as a filler unit. Next is gonna be Alice Rondo. Okay, Golem Master right over here, 3-star unit, space element type, a single target damage, really good for boss battles. Chance to stun a single target, 10%. Only 10%. Decreases a single target counter attack by 20%. Alright, I mean, like, stun is really good, but the RNG is really low. Thrash filler unit. Next is gonna be the Kurobe Immobile Black Ogre, the 3-star unit. Increases all allies' pierce rate by 40%. Okay, and changes Soul of Divine Protection ×1. Okay, at least he has a minimal soul orb manipulation skill. So Kurobe is definitely gonna go into the B tier. Next is gonna be the Gale Gibson, Earth Spirit Lodger. He's a 3-star character, and while looking into his skill set right over here, really good unit in order to deal single target nuke. Increases all allies counter power by 10%. Okay, and increases all allies pierce resistance by 40% as well. So that said, Gail Gibson, pretty much a trash filler unit, guys. Not much of a really great unit out there. Next is going to be Ryota Sekiguchi. Okay, this guy right over here. Let me just put it right over here, guys. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think I'm blocking some information out here. Anyways, Ryota Sekiguchi right over here, 3-star character, water element, single target water physical attack 44 and 20%. Really good for the boss units, alright? And that said, increases all allies max HP by 10%. Alright, that is pretty unique. Decreases all targets counterattack resistance by 10%. Not much of a big deal, guys. Not much of a big deal. So definitely I will be placing him in the Thrash or Filler unit. And next is going to be Kenya Misaki Hiroyo Vessel. Okay, 3-star character, and usually he's going to drop out like frequently on you guys, right? He's a light element character. Really good unit for single target unit, and can actually manipulate the soul orbs. Really good stuff right over here, guys. And redraws soul in hand, increases all soul of divine protection gazes, increases by 5%. Okay, looks pretty good. And I will be placing Kenya Misaki Hiroyo Vessel right away in the B tier. Alright, that seems all the characters that are pretty much out there in the game. All the battle characters, that is. I will be coming up with the protection character tier list in the next video. Possibly, okay? For now, this is gonna be the tier list for the battle characters in Slime Isekai Memories as that of October 30, 2021, provided me giving a very big shout out to this amazing guy known as Meow, #8796 from the Discord channel to provide us this amazing database. Alright, so that said, this document link is down in the video description as well if you want to check it out. Anyways, that said, what do you guys think about this tier list right over here? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys have any kind of complaints, any kind of misunderstandings, or any kind of feedbacks, criticisms, please do let me know in the comment section below so that we can have really good discussion out there. And please do hit that like and subscribe button. That would actually make me real happy for this amazing work out there, right? That said, see you guys in the next video.